not like you can figure out what sort of thing awakening is, then decide whether you want it, then go get it, or wait and hold it off. You can't do that. I can't do it. No one can do it. It's just not that sort of thing. But the distraction of doing that can actually keep our head turned this way instead of just looking this way. Right. And so it's just a bit of a distraction. So just be aware that like the tendency to believe like, oh, I can figure it exactly out and know what it's like or not, decide when to do, that's really like background noise, right? Sometimes we're trying to kind of grab our identity from here and then trying to grab our identity from here or something like that, instead of just letting the whole process, the wholeness of the process unfold. So for instance, when you're sitting, when you're meditating, if the mind starts going, should I turn this on or turn it off? Recognize that's just a thought. Just come back to your immediate experience. And if it's on, it's on. If it's off, it's off. That's thoughts there trying to convince themselves that they are in control of this physical experience of the energetics of this moment. And it can seem like they are at times, but if you really start investigating, you might see they're not so much. And that's okay. You can't predict how that will be. Sometimes you might feel a lot of that rushing, the electricity, the intensity of it, the energetics of it, and other times it may feel totally calm. And either way is totally fine. To that mental process, it's kind of scary. You might not feel it as an actual fear emotion, but it's to that mindset. It's just so far beyond its scope that it's kind of scared it's going to lose control if there's too much of that, or if we really let that come through. But when it comes to awakening, at some point you really do have to just let it come through more and more. Let it be there. Anything in the background that's saying, well, I'm doing it for this reason, or I decided not to, or I'm waiting, or I'm not waiting. Those are going to be afterthoughts, even though they seem very much like you actually are in control. This process, in a sense, is about giving over the illusion of control to something that's just far more primary.